All right. All right. Good afternoon. Whoever's on the iPhone, how are you? Hello.
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Glad. Thanks for joining us. And is Derek, is Mr. Reddick, how are you today?
Hey, how you doing, sir? I'm doing good.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to give it it's only 1 minute after 3:30. I'll give it a couple more minutes before I start into the presentation. What area of construction might you be interested in, Mr. Reddick?
Actually, I work for the Seattle Promise program. So I am the outreach specialist at Rainier Beach and also at Franklin. So and just trying to actually increase my knowledge about those programs and also find out who some of the contacts are down at Georgetown right now. So
excellent. I was teaching out of that shop for a quarter last year out of Rainier.
Oh, okay, in the Skills Center.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Good to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the other gentleman dropped off. I might have pitched you too hard, Katie. He might have figured you were the way to go. Okay, there's still 7 people unassigned, so I'll give it just a little bit more time. Mr. Pace, thank you for joining us. I'll start in 1 more minute.
Hey, Arthur, you're muted.
All right, thank you for that. I get the opportunity to start over. All right, Pre-Apprenticeship Construction Training Program, also known as PACT, is what I'll be discussing in this first session today. And the first question obviously would be, what is the PACT program? The PACT program prepares you for union or non-union construction career. Just as many people go into non-union as do go into union after coming through our program. And we are located at the Wood Technology building over off of 23rd and Lane. If any of you have gone past there, it's a beautiful building, erected not too terribly long ago. And if you walk in, it has incredible wood details all throughout. It's a very attractive building. So the requirements to come through our program are you have to be at least 18 years old, have a high school diploma or a GED. You have to be able to attend at least a session on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at 1 p.m. sessions are held for anyone that's interested in coming through the PACT program. And you meet with a couple of the staff from the PACT program. You must be able to pass a pre-screening, which is the urine analysis. You have to be clean to get into the unions. They don't allow any type of drugs in your system. And even though this state says that it's okay for you to smoke marijuana, the unions do not allow that, and we don't allow that either. So there's no drugs associated with our organization. So you also need to have a one-on-one interview with one of the PAC administration team. They're going to go through and just ask you about your life, ask you about you, get to know you a little bit better. And then we're going to see if you're available for any types of funding that's out there for you to be able to go through our program. If you come through the PAC program, it is paid for you. There is no out-of-pocket expenses for coming through the PAC program. We, through different funding sources, are able to pay for each person that comes through the organization, comes through our program, and also provide you with, as you can see in this picture here, you get a set of bib overalls, which are Carhartts, a couple of work shirts and work boots too, so that you're prepared to hit the ground running after completing this program. And then obviously you have to be able to enroll and register for the PAC classes, which has been changed recently. We have a new system that we're still working the kinks out of, but with what's set up now, you need to be able to go through and register yourself now in order to get into the PAC program. And we'll walk you through that. So what will you learn here at the PAC program? By the end of PAC training, you should be able to, one, you should have the life skills necessary, such as punctuality, which is crucial to construction, regardless of what construction you get into. You need to be a minimum of 15 minutes early, which is considered to be on time. And if you're a half hour early, that would be even better. You have to learn some perseverance, You have to have a positive attitude and a good work ethic. Yes, all crucial in order to do well in construction, regardless of which trade you choose to get into. Perseverance, because sometimes you're going to end up on tasks that you have to really work at, and positive attitude, because sometimes you're going to be outside. You may have rain, you may have some other things going on in your life, you may have things that may wear on you, but if you keep a positive attitude, that will aid you making it into the construction industry. You will possess the qualifications to become indentured in a state-approved construction trade apprenticeship program. These qualifications are specific to each apprenticeship program and may include proficiency with hand tools, power tools, math, interview skills and tools, and material identification. As you come through our program, we will put you through some interview training so that you can actually interview with the actual employers that you may work with. And at the end of the program, our coordinator, Jason Hudson, and I'll put his information in the chat for you, he will be able to get you in touch with different contractors and also prep you before going into your interviews, what to say, how to say it. We help you put together your resumes and just get you polished up and ready to go. 3, possesses the necessary skills to pass the Washington State driver's license exam prior to referral to an apprenticeship program. So a lot of the apprenticeship programs, you need to have a driver's license to get through it. We will help you get your driver's license also. We will also help you through one of the organizations we work with, pay off any past tickets that you may have so that you have a clean record so that you can get your driver's license. So we're here to aid in all ways possible for you to be a success in the construction world. It's not mentorship, it's more along the lines of sponsorship. We want to see you succeed and do all we can to make sure that that happens. We make sure that you possess the basic construction skills, such as the knowledge of hand tools, power tools, reading tape measures, layout, blueprints, and trade math. We have a gentleman by the name of Patrice that teaches trade math. I and the other instructor will teach you things such as layout and how to use tape measures, how to read blueprints, how the difference between tools and hand tools, and how to use them. And so when you get done, you'll have a basic knowledge of the trades in the construction industry. So this is an 11-week program. So this is an overview of what it takes to get into the different unions that we're going to introduce you to, have you interview for, and hopefully actually get into. So coming through this program, we have different types of certifications that you're going to need. And those certifications are flagging certifications, where it says here, learn how to establish and maintain safe traffic flow in a construction zone and understand both hazardous and safety behaviors involved in a variety of flagger situations. Students must take a final test to receive their Washington State flagging certification. We also have forklift training taught by the other instructor, Wayne Smith. And that's the study and the function of the parts of the forklift. He actually breaks it down. He has little models so you can see what happens when you lift your load a little bit too high, or if you're off to one side and what would cause it to tip over. It's very, very in-depth. OSHA forklift regulations, safety habits in forklift operations, and the proper picking, placing, and moving of variety of loads. Both written and drive tests must be taken and passed in order to receive your Washington State 3-year forklift operation certificate. I'll go more in depth on all of these in just one moment. You'll also get your first aid card. Your first aid card is good for 2 years. This is teaching you the basics of first aid, CPR, and how to use an AED. Through your first aid certification class, you'll learn how to respond to specific situations, which will help you care for people in crisis as they wait for medical professionals to arrive. And then lastly, you'll get a certificate in OSHA 10. And OSHA 10 means that you have 10 hours of OSHA training. There's OSHA 10, OSHA 30, and beyond. OSHA 10 course is intended to provide an entry-level construction worker general awareness on recognizing and preventing hazards on a work site. So let's zero in on each one of those real briefly. So flagging. You can start working as soon as you get your flagger card. As soon as you get that certificate from the instructor, you can go out the next day and actually start working as a flagger. It's not uncommon for students in the past to have obtained flagger positions while they wait to get their interview with different unions, or the lull between landing the actual job that they are really looking for. So this is a very handy certificate to have, and it will make you money straight away. Forklift driving, the forklifts that you learn to drive on, we have 2 different ones at the PACT program that you'll be trained on. It's kind of the typical type of forklift that you see like in warehouses. A lot of construction sites have them. Smooth tired for warehouse type work. One has terrain type tires for a little rougher area, but this is the basic forklifts. It's not the kinds that extend their forks and such as low eds and some other terms that are names that are out there. This is just your basic forklift type of training. You'll learn how to get on there. You have to have 3 points of contact. You'll learn that really this is kind of like driving backwards in a car. So if you can drive backwards in a car, you're not going to have any problem learning how to go through and learn how to work a forklift. First aid CPR. Some people have already been through first aid CPR, some haven't, but if your card's about to expire, we would have you go through first aid CPR one more time. I've been teaching this for the last couple of years. In here, you're going to learn to be safe on a scene before you even approach anybody. You're going to learn how to survey the territory and see what might need to be done for the person that's injured. You're going to learn to make sure you call 911 first thing every single time. If there's an AED around, if it's necessary, someone go grab that. How many compressions to give, how many breaths, how long, how to bandage people up. All the different basics to first aid until the medical professionals can arrive. And with cell phones nowadays, it has made this a lot better than it used to be when we didn't have cell phones and someone would have to run, find a phone and call for help. So this is a way for you to be able to take care of people in crisis while the professional, waiting for the professionals to show up. Then lastly, these certificates, OSHA 10 training. Now this is a curious little thing I've learned about OSHA 10. You may be surprised to hear that OSHA does not certify workers, meaning that there's actually no such thing as an OSHA certification. Instead, OSHA requires employers to train their employees in the specific safety and health aspects of their jobs. That being said, the closest thing to OSHA 10 certification is an OSHA outreach training as passing the exam in an official Department of Labor OSHA 10 card. So bottom line is they do train people to go out and train you how to get your OSHA 10 card. And in this, you will learn how to be safe on job sites is what it boils down to, specific to whatever you do. Like my wife is in dental, and so they have to get an OSHA card specific to dentistry and all the different aspects of being in a dentist's office. Since you're heading towards construction, it would be construction specific safety that you're going to learn. So before I zoom into something else, does anyone have any questions by chance? I can't see the chat or anything. Anyone have any questions on anything that I've shown you so far before I continue?
I had a question. You mentioned that students, I believe, like they had to qualify for BFET worker retraining or opportunity grant. So if a student doesn't qualify for those funding sources, can they not be in the program?
We'll help you make sure that you qualify for those things.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why you come on Wednesdays at the 1 o'clock interviews, so that they can find out what your needs, basically do a needs analysis to aid in getting you through the program and be able to get the funding necessary for you to come through the program. Good question. Thank you. You have another one?
No, that's what I was probably worried about, the funding sources. I was thinking about if someone is like has a higher income, will they not be able to take the program? Or
No, you absolutely can take the program if you have a higher income. That won't be an issue.
all right, thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of fun little facts. Some of the things that our graduates have gone on to do. And I just was thinking the ones that I've had come through my class, just to give you a couple of things that have occurred with folks after leaving our program. One, this gentleman didn't come through my class, he went through Wayne's class, but he started teaching construction at the University of Washington not long after leaving our program. I think he's now with, he's with the laborers union now in the front office. So he's done very well. Another gentleman that I'm thinking of, they've become foremen, and so this is really good training for you to get out there and get into industry and succeed, which is the whole point of coming through here. I've got a student that started his own construction company, as a matter of fact, and has 3 employees working for him already. And he's just been out of the program not quite a year and a half now. So that's pretty good. Also, buying your first home. A couple of students have already bought their first homes, and one that I'm thinking of specifically had been incarcerated right before starting the program, and in less than a year he was able to get into a home. And then we have a guy that produces music. He does really good videos, and is a singer. So lots of different things, lots of different interests, and a lot of different endeavors people have gotten into, but it's a lot of fun. And these guys here, that was one of my first classes that I had. Not everyone's in that picture there. Okay, let's zoom out of that. So career jobs, let's see. So are there internship or work-based learning programs? In this program, a graduate from the PACT program will aid in your admission into local unions. And that's the whole point of our program, to aid you into local unions or into other construction companies. And then what construction career opportunities and partnerships do we have? I'll run through the partnerships that we have in just a moment here, so I don't want to go too deeply into this. But I would like to touch on the fact that on the screen here, and I know you're not going to be able to copy that, so let me grab that and put it in the chat for you right now. This book here that I'm going to put into the chat, all right, there you go. Anyone interested can grab that. This book is a guide to all of the different unions in the Seattle area, most of which we have partnerships with, and you can learn what it takes to get into that specific union. You can learn what the wages are coming in as an apprentice, what the wages are as a journeyman, what the benefit packages are, how long you have to be an apprentice before you become a journeyman. Very in-depth, everything from boiler makers to elevator installers to carpenters, electrical plumbers, HVAC, tin benders, roofers. All those are listed in that book. I highly recommend that you go to that link, download it onto your computer, and thumb through. This is what the book will look like once you get it in hand. And as a matter of fact, that's one of our graduates on the cover right there. And this is put out by King County So I highly recommend taking a look at that there. Okay, let's back out of this here. And then let's go for some questions and or answers here. So how long is the program? Our program runs 11 weeks. At present, right now, we're into our 4th week of this spring quarter. And then what courses are in the program? So besides the certifications, which I showed you earlier, you're going to learn about tools and materials. So you're going to learn about basic hand tools and power tools. We run you through the common ones to the different industries and materials. You'll learn about fitness and nutrition. I actually have people walk a certain amount each week, log it, and also do a calisthenics program. And fortunately, we've actually had students lose a sizable amount of weight, some that actually needed to, and others just got a little leaner and more fit. To be in the construction trades, you need to be in good shape. And plus, you need to learn about nutrition. I encourage folks to make their own lunches. Don't buy stuff while you're out. You'll eat worse if you do that. We take you through how to read blueprints. You'll get acclimated with blueprints. You'll get really familiar once you get on a job site, but this will at least let you know what the different symbols are, what the different page callouts are, whether it's an A for architectural or an E meaning electrical or P for plumbing, so on and so forth. And then you also get basic math. And if you pass this math with a B or better, this will help you in getting into the electrical program and also the plumbing program, because both of them, and I can't remember what other trade right now, they look for you to have a B or better in math in order to get into those unions. And then there's construction trades training, where one of the projects, one of many, is you actually get an opportunity to build a tiny house on site in the shop there. Okay, where and when are the classes held? So for the first 4 weeks at present, because of COVID-19, we're actually teaching online via Zoom. And so from 8 to 4, there's multiple classes throughout the day that the students attend in order to get through the first 4 weeks. And then the last 7 weeks are face-to-face, actually at the Wood Technology Building up in room 218, and the shop is up there also. And then you get face-to-face training. That's when you get to actually touch the tools that you were learning about. That's when you actually get to erect the things that you were looking at before. This is when you take the theoretical and have it become practical knowledge. This is also the location that you'll go to in order to have the meetings every Wednesday if you want to attend an open session every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and you'll meet with Jason Hudson. As a matter of fact, since I'm talking about him right now, let me I have his information also available to you so that you can contact him by email. I will put that in the chat for you. And he is our coordinator, and he can guide you down the road to getting into the PACT program. Okay, what's the balance between school and work? So students are expected to attend Monday through Friday, and you can work a job in the evenings, but we're expecting that you're going to be with us during the day for 11 weeks. We're looking for an 11-week commitment, put the other things on hold for a period of time until you get through the program. When you get through the program and have your certifications and you've received your certificate of passing, then we work on getting you an actual job out in the field. But if you work in the evenings, that's fine, as long as it doesn't conflict with coming to the school. Anyone have any questions about that before I march on? All right. Okay, do students supply materials or equipment? The answer is no. We provide for you, as you may have heard me mention earlier, the bib overalls that you're going to be wearing. They're Carhartts. They're very nice. I love them. And then you get a nice safety shirt. You get 2 of them, different colors. I don't know what the colors will be. And then you also get a set of boots to wear and to keep. We get your size you up and get you fitted. So materials will be provided at no cost to you. As a matter of fact, hopefully we'll be able to get you tied in with a program that will provide up to possibly $1,000 worth of personal tools for you to keep upon completion of this program. So we do the best we can to see you as a success. Again, not as mentoring, but sponsoring you through. And then who are the instructors? Well, presently we have 2 instructors. We have Wayne Smith. He's been an instructor for 7 years, at least 7 years. He was working in the field as a union ACT installer, which is an acoustical tile installer. That's what you see up on the ceilings inside offices. And then, but he's been with the PACT program for 7 years, and he's an excellent instructor. Then you have myself. I've been a union carpenter for since the 80s, a long time. And this is one of my classes here. So those are the instructors with the PACT program. And I see that the time is running short, so I better hurry up on this next part here. Let's go to, no, we'll finish on that. Okay, so here are some of the partners that we have. So some of the folks that not only partnerships, but ones that actually fund us are folks like Sound Transit, Goodwill, Port of Seattle, King County, and the list goes on and on. The other folks that I have listed on here are actual, we have, the words eluding me right now because I'm trying to hurry, I apologize. But we have partnerships with all of the folks listed on here. Lehigh helps provide housing material for us so we can build the tiny houses. The Laborers Union, many of our former students have gone on to work for laborers, drywallers, Lelo, Seattle City Light also. Everything on here, I don't want to list each one of them off because I have quite a few just to show you real quickly. Sprinkler Fitters, as a matter of fact, just came and grabbed 2 of my students just this last week. So each one of these unions, they're looking for people. And now that things are getting up and running a little stronger because of COVID, the shutdown, these are locals that you'll want to check out and we'll help you. Jason has relationships with all these different locals, so that will help. Okay, painters, another laborers union here. There's 240, 440, carpenters, iron workers, another fantastic. I have relatives who work iron work, and then women in trades, Washington Department of Transportation. We have a partnership with Casa Latina. They recommend folks to come through our organization. So all this is, and then right here, Shoulders training consultant. He's the one that will be teaching you flagging and OSHA 10 training. So, and then these are folks that this is graduation. That's what it's all about. You get your certificate, and after you get your certificate, you march on and have a successful life, and we'll be with you, holding your hand through the whole process. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation. Anybody have any comments as we close out? It's almost time. All right, well, let's go ahead and leave and go back with the rest of the group. Thank you everyone for attending. I appreciate it.